Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone mission video. And on this video, I'm going to show you all what I consider to be the easiest way to take out the mission called Playing All Night. Now this mission is infamous because this is the very first mission that you ever get that introduces you to one of the toughest baddies in the game. They're called Breakers, and in order to complete this mission you have to take out one of these bad boys. So on this video I'm actually going to show a couple of ways in which to get the job done with this particular breaker. One of them is by far the most conventional, and the other, well, a lot of people might have a lot of words for it. I'm going to say nothing. I will explain when I come to doing the second run. So without any further ado, let's get to the action. Right then, here we go. I am currently just outside Camp Pioneer, and this is basically in the northwestern area of Lost Lake. And this particular mission is going to be the first time that you ever actually get to enter the Iron Butte region. So I'm just going to head over to that marker up there, and then once I reach it, the game will go to its first cutscene.
Skizzo, it's St. John. I'm at the border.
You see any of my men around?
No, Skizzo, it's clear. Look, how much time do I got?
Time? Time for what? All I know is I got a card game going on with a few of my guys. A couple of them maybe they should be out on guard duty, but I'm letting that slide. If I had to guess, I'd say we'd be playing all night.
So until morning. Got it. Deacon out.
Right then, playing all night. First prompt you get is right to the crash site, and trust me when I say this, there is a number of obstacles that you've got to overcome in order to get to this crash site. You do meet quite a few rippers en route. The majority of them, however, are in this section that I'm coming into now, and I always like to make sure that I've got an SMP9 with a suppressor, and as well as this, I always come in with a drifter's crossbow because I am going to be using a residue bolt in order to clear this area. So, first job, I'm just looking to take out that ripper over there on my right, and I want it done quietly. It's one of the few quiet shots that I do make in this particular run. But now I'm looking to get a residue bolt in play, and there is only one ripper that I am interested in, and that is the Ripper Heavy. You can't miss him when you see him. He's larger than the rest of them, and I'm basically waiting until I can get a clear shot where he's a bit closer to me as well. Not only that, I want to make sure that when I do make this shot that none of the other rippers see me do it. And here we go, this will do nicely. Just get focus mode into play there very briefly, and that's it. All I've got to do now is to wait for the residue bolt to take effect. And once it does, he'll clear out this lot for me. Not only that, while the battle is going on, he will be seriously weakened because he will take damage. In fact, in one or two runs when I've been practicing this, there had been times when the other rippers had actually managed to take out the Ripper Heavy. And if that happens, that's great because the normal rippers are easy targets indeed to take out. Just basically go at them with headshots and you'll take them out very quickly. But this battle here is just about over. In fact, it is. So at this point, I've got two options. I could either just stay here hidden and just wait for him to die, because he will eventually die, but will take about a couple of minutes or so, or I can just basically take him out as he gets a little bit closer. And in order to keep this going along nicely, that's exactly what I'm going to do. There we go. Didn't take much at that point. So there are a lot of items here to get and whatnot, but I'm purposefully leaving them now because I'm going to have to come back this way anyways in order to get the bike. But more to the point, there is another Ripper Heavy over here that I need to be taken care of. So I want to get this guy first, and then I will pick up this Ripper Heavy's MG45 that he's carrying. Now, the beauty of taking this one out here is that you have fantastic cover. I make sure that I'm behind this vehicle, and although he's attracted to the gunfire, he can't actually see you, so you can take your time in picking off the shots. And there we go, very nice. That is another job well done. So at this point now, yeah, I will take the MG45, so goodbye Drifter's crossbow. And now, en route back to the bike, I'm going to take the time to loot all the Rippers and pick up any items that are of any use. So there's kerosene there, very nice. More ammo for the MG45, and of course there is other boxes of ammo around here as well. And the other thing that I love, and this is something that Bench Studio have purposefully done, they've made sure that the items that you're picking up here, they're almost giving you a really big hint as to a good way of taking care of the breaker, because all the items there, kerosene, your beer bottles, they're basically encouraging you to craft Molotovs, because fire is a very important weapon in order to take out these breakers. Now, fire is going to play a part of sorts with the breaker and the way that I'm going to take care of it, but not quite as extensive as what Bench Studio are probably expecting you to do. However, on to the next problem, and it is a couple of snipers that are over in that tower just over to my right. You barely got the chance to see it because I've immediately moved over to my left, and I like to approach them, or at least I do now, like to approach them from this side. You do also have another option where you could actually go over to the right instead, and then basically make your way through that wooded section. If you actually turn off the lights and keep reasonably quiet with the bike, they'll never spot you. However, I like to make sure that they are taken care of. So this is how I like to do it. Just basically get the jump on them from this side. Right now, I have got the suppressor in place. I'm just looking to get 2 nice headshots. No, still not quite good enough there. Now, that's more like it. Yep, there we go. The first one on the top level is the hardest of the two. This next one here, I'm just moving over nice and slow, keeping crouched so nice and quiet. And there we go. That is most of the obstacles taken care of in getting over to this crash site. However, there is one more Ripper Heavy, and you do have a couple of options at this point. You can either basically stop and take this Ripper Heavy out, because you will get more ammo, of course, for your MG45, or you can just speed on past. So the option is entirely your own. I'm basically choosing just to go past them. I'm not bothered. My only priorities I have when I'm heading over this way is definitely making sure that those snipers are taken care of, because on the way back you're going to meet them again. So here we go. I'm now about to trigger the next cutscene. Right then, straight off the bat, this thing is feeding, so if you keep in a crouched position, you actually get a bit of time here, and I use that to basically go over to that trap and set it, pick it up and put it back down near that particular explosive box. Now, at this point, I'm looking for it, there is a second bear trap. I'm also going to take that ammo while I've got the time, because this is the beauty of taking out the breaker this way. You can basically take the time to pick up some items while you're going round. I'm going to go through this area here now. The next bear trap, because believe it or not, there is at least 4 of them. I say at least 4, there may be more, but these are the 4 that I managed to find, and truth be told, you shouldn't require any more than these 4. I am basically looking to put them beside explosive boxes. for obvious reasons. I'm basically looking to entice the breaker over to these every single time, and once the breaker gets caught up in them, yeah, just one shot to each particular box in order to inflict damage. So, now that the stage is set, all I need to do is find the bugger, and he's normally over in this area. So yeah, one or two. Oh, there he is. Right, okay. Here we go. Let's see if I can coax him into that. Yep, there we go. Very nice. And first shot. There we go. That's not done a ridiculous amount of damage, but that's okay. And yep, he almost actually got me there. You do have to watch, because one hit from the breaker when you're playing this on Survivor 2, and that's it. It's game over. You're done. So at this point, another shot. This time I'm actually going to take the time to get some shots in while he's basically on fire. I do it at that point because basically there is a nice easy escape option from that second one. And now I'm going to get the MG45 out. So as you can see already, that's half of this guy's health gone. So again, just going to go to town. Nice, and okay, that wasn't clever. Not a problem though. He's taking his time. Just need to get over to this last area, and this will finish him. There we go. Right then, at this point, I just get the prompt on screen, retrieve the antibiotics. And this is not a difficult job in order to get your hands on these, because as you can see, you're actually getting a marker on screen showing you exactly where they are. And also worth noting, there is quite a lot of items in this crash site, but I'm not going to take the time to loot everything here, but just letting everybody else know it's worth checking out the entire area before leaving. But for this particular run, it is just about done, because I'm not going to be showing this particular mission right to its full close, because basically all of the action now is pretty much taken care of. What is now going to happen is basically the antibiotics are being strapped to the bike. I've just got to make my way back over now to the area that I cleared out before that had all the rippers in it. And basically once you get to that area, that triggers a cutscene. And I will leave that particular cutscene, but after that, you're just expected to follow Ricky back to Lost Lake with the bike, and then there is another couple of cutscenes before it finishes. So there's nothing more really to show in the way of action.
Wait, that's Deacon. Behind him! You, right up the road. Make sure they don't come back. Now!
Hunt him down! What was left of him, yeah.
What's left?
Hey, I heard gunshots. What's going on?
We had a run-in with a few rippers, but I handled it.
You handled it. What's it? Wow. I should have known.
You should have known what? Jesus, Ricky, who's running security here?
You know, I ask myself that shit every single day.
I'm done here.
Good.
So what are you doing out here?
What am I doing, Dick? Addie told me to come and get you.
Why? What? Hold on.
And there we go, that is pretty much the end of this cutscene, and basically you follow Ricky back, followed by another couple of cutscenes, and that is it done. So, on to the next run. Now then, this particular run differs hugely from the first, because there is a great number of things that are going to change in order to have this mission play out the way that it's going to. So, I'm just showing exactly where it is again, and I'm just heading over to the area right now. So at this point, just like the previous run, I'm at Camp Pioneer. I'm heading over to where the mission actually starts. and I'm stopping right here because I want to go past it. So I'm looking to just head over to my left here, bypassing that mission start point. And before I head any further, I do want to get some fuel for the bike, because at this stage in the game, you will be like myself, you will have a really shitty fuel tank for your bike. So every bit of fuel counts. And I am going to need it, because at this point now, I'm just heading up over to the bridge. This is basically where the mission that I showed before started in earnest, but the big difference here is because I haven't started the mission, there will be no rippers about at this point. And the idea of this right now is to actually enter the Iron Butte region before you're supposed to. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Right then, in order to get to the first position that you need to be at, there is 3 ways in which to do this. Now, I'm going to show the hardest one first, and you do require the use of nitros for this to work. The reason why this is so difficult is that you have to get the line exactly right and have to catch the rock that I'm looking to catch at a particular point right there. If you're brave enough, that is one way to do it. Now, the second method is the one that I recommend that most people try, because this, although I wouldn't regard it as easy, but it's probably the easiest of the 3. And basically, it's all about getting the correct line. I'm not even going to use the accelerator here. I just want to get Deacon climbing, and then I'm looking to get onto that rock right there, and then that is that one, job done. However, there is a third method. Now, this particular one looks quite precarious when you first see it, because I'm basically approaching the area that I'm looking to get to from the other side. But the hardest part of this is actually just getting the bike onto that section there. After this, it becomes a much easier affair, because the rocks are all very climbable here. Even if you have a fall at that point, no problem. Just keep Deacon walking and he will make it. Okay, so now that I've shown the 3 ways to do this, this is me actually going for it right now with this particular run. And I'm going for method number 2. Again, just getting up to that section there, get the bike moving over onto there, and then getting the bike over. And yes, I do crash. It's difficult as bloody hell to actually get Deacon over there with the bike without crashing, but that's not a problem. That is the first part of the climb done. The second part, there is only one way in which to do it, but it is a damn sight easier than the first. And it's just basically using this section here. Again, I'm just going to walk with Deacon. I'm not using the accelerator. I'm just looking to get to the left side of that rock section there. And there we go. I'm now into the Iron Butte region. So at this point, I'm now going to have some fun, because once I get down to this section here, yep, this is normally where you would be just after you've taken out the second Ripper Heavy. However, I'm moving on. The first point of interest is this watchtower up here, where the 2 snipers are. Well, I'm going to do a little something to take care of them for when I do actually start this mission, because it is possible to lay traps in place and they will work when I actually take on this mission. So, doesn't take a genius to figure out what I'm going to be doing here. At this point, I do have some proximity bombs, so one's going to go right there, and the next one right up here. So basically, what should happen when, well, not should, it will. Basically, when I head over to this area, I will probably end up seeing the 2 lasers from the sniper rifles before very quickly seeing them disappear, because these 2 rippers will be blown to smithereens. Might be a tad overkill for a couple of rippers, but you know what? It's just going to make the mission so much bloody quicker and easier. So the next part that I want to do something about is, very obviously, it is the crash site. Because now I have the luxury of being able to go into this section and pretty much moving things about any way I like to get what I want. And I'm not exaggerating here, folks, when I say I am going to go for complete overkill. So, this is the area that you first see the breaker. Now, the breaker pretty much appears over in this section. Yep, well, you can actually see the bloodstains. That's pretty much your marker. So let's see what I've got. Yeah, I'm actually able to craft a few more. So I'm just going to go for it. The idea of this is basically that once I reach here and the cutscene will come up, as soon as it starts with the breaker, this lot should do its job and should kill it instantly. Especially as I've laid 6 bloody mines in total. Well, 3 proximity bombs and 3 proximity mines. So at this point, I'm now looking for some of the traps. I'm just going to make sure that I am super safe, because if this thing is still alive after the first blast of all that lot, then yeah, it's going to have to run over here, and I'm going to make sure that it's going to get nowhere near me. Guaranteed it's going to hit one of these 3 traps that I'm looking to place. At this point, this really is overkill, but I am just wanting to do this just to basically show how big an advantage you can get by doing the mission this way, and that will do it nicely. So whatever way that breaker comes running at me, should it even get the chance to run, then yeah, I should be pretty damn safe. So on to the next part of this video, because it doesn't end here. Before I basically go back over to Lost Lake and start the mission, I want to head over to another section in Iron Butte, and I'm looking at that bridge as my guide, and I'm looking to just basically move it over to the left, because obviously at this point I don't have the map cleared yet in terms of views, and that's where I'm looking to mark, because by heading over here I'm going to be able to pick up a fantastic primary weapon much earlier than what I ever should be able to get it. Right then, at this point I'm very near the area that I marked on the map, and most people will recognise this straight away, because this is where the Iron Butte Horde is located. Now I've got no intentions of taking them on here, but just head over here and look at this US 556 that you can now use. A bit of an improvement on the MWS, that's for sure. As well as this, I am going to take the time to get some more ammunition. Now, before heading away from this area and heading back, I do want to take the time to get some more fuel, because as I mentioned before, when you take on this mission, you do not have a good fuel tank at all, so it always pays to know where to get some fuel from when going to these places. And for this, it's quite literally up over into this section here. This is a section you will see later on in the game, but you certainly shouldn't be seeing it this early. However, here we go. There is petrol pump right there, and I'm going to take full advantage of that.
That's it.
Now that I've got the bike all set, I'm going to place another marker on the map, and it is basically right beside where I first came into the Iron Butte region. In fact, pinpoint on the map right here, it is that section right there. So I'm just going to head back, and then I'm going to show something else that you can do to take full advantage of this region. Right then, I've just moved the video on a touch, and as you can see, I'm just about back at the area that I marked on the map. So when I get over here, I will stop the bike very briefly, just so you can see exactly where I am. Yep, that's the way you would normally get in and out of Iron Butte area, but I'm going to have to head up onto that top rock section and drop the bike back down from the way I basically got in. But I will show that. At this point though, I do want to highlight another point on the Iron Butte area. It's basically around about that section there, and it's nice and easy to get to. You quite literally just follow this road, and this will eventually get you to the particular spot that I want to show, because this is of huge importance and can give you an amazing advantage. Basically, when you get over to here, yep, you have a fantastic Nero checkpoint that you can potentially open up. Now, there is rippers down there, you would have to take them out first, but if you are playing on a difficulty level of hard 2 or less, you could potentially open up that nearer checkpoint and then use that area as a fast travel point. So you can come back here anytime you like without having to do the rock climbing with the bike, which makes things a whole sight easier for if you want to come back here. Obviously, you could come back and take out the Iron Butte Horde early if you like. You certainly won't have the advantage of being able to take out the ambush camps yet, unfortunately, because they simply will not have any rippers there. But the nearer checkpoint, yes, it's basically business as usual for those. So this is the way in order to get back to Lost Lake. There's no rock climbing here, it's just frickin' bike dropping. And there we go. That is everything done that I needed to get done here. So all I need to do now is to just head back over here, and I will stop before getting to the mission start point because yeah, I need to get some more fuel. I know I keep saying this and probably sound like a broken record, but given at this stage in the game, yeah, your petrol tank will be shit, so it's important to keep this thing well stocked up on fuel. And at this point now, yeah, I'll just take the time to use the US 556. And there we are. There is the mission start point, which will automatically move it from day to night. And as with before, you're going to get the first cutscene before the mission starts properly. So I'll just let this play out.
Skizzo, it's St. John. I'm at the border.
You see any of my men around?
No, Skizzo, it's clear. Look, how much time do I got?
Time? Time for what? All I know is I got a card game going on with a few of my guys. A couple of them maybe they should be out on guard duty, but I'm letting that slide. If I had to guess, I'd say we'd be playing all night.
So until morning. Got it. Deacon out.
Right then, folks, here we go again, with one or two differences, of course. So, yep, as before, I'm basically heading to this section. I want to stop before the water area, just get myself ready. As before, the method that I'm going to use to take out this particular section isn't going to change because it is that good. It really does give you no hassles whatsoever. I'm just looking to take out that first ripper that's patrolling the first section with a headshot. From there, I'm looking to get a residue bolt at the ready, and then I'm looking to hit the Ripper Heavy. And I'll see how this guy gets on this time. You took them all out the last time, but I have seen runs where the rest of the Rippers in this area actually get the better of that Ripper Heavy. So, yeah. At this point right now, yeah, it's letting me know about the aim fall off. Yep, they're all kind of looking the other way there, so actually they have sort of been alerted, but the beauty of this lot is they just start to get into battle positions here. As you can see, none of them have actually taken the time to attack me yet. Not only that, they don't know exactly where I am. And right now, yeah, let's see how this plays out. I don't worry about all that. Holy shit! That was either a very bad throw from that Ripper, or or he had a good idea where I was. So, anyways, as I was about to say, I'm not too worried about the noise that this lot create here, because there is only one other Ripper Heavy that is even remotely nearby, and he just doesn't bother at all. You never see him. He just keeps patrolling the area over there. It's obviously too far away for him to hear any of this noise. So that's grand. The Ripper Heavy did his job. He took them all out. All I had to do was a nice easy clean-up job here. And again, for this next Ripper Heavy, the same is going to apply. Just as before, I'm looking to get this car as far out as I can get. Then I'm going to use it as protection. And, do you know what? This time I'll just use the US 556. So yeah, in all fairness, I wasn't particularly accurate there. So, however, yeah, there it is, MG45. I will take it. The thing is, the Drifter's crossbow, I can get back anytime that I like, but do be aware, of course, that if you change your special weapon, because the MG45 has been picked up, it will not be in your locker. So if you end up changing the special or the primary for that matter here as well, because the US 556 that I got was also picked up. However, the big difference with the US 556 here is because it is a weapon that's been placed out in the open world by Ben's studio, potentially if you're using it in Lost Lake and then decide to go to a different primary weapon, after about, I think it's 2.5 to 3 days, that primary weapon will respawn. And of course, if you have the area unlocked or have the fast travel option available, brilliant, you can just head back into Iron Butte and get it, no problem. But here we go, next section. And all I can say is I very briefly seen a light of some sort before it just went completely dark there. So yeah, the mines have done their job. As you can see, that section there, I can just head straight down over here. And yeah, now it's giving me the prompt, find the antibiotics. So I'm quite literally heading down here. Again, I'm going to come to this cutscene and I will let it play out in full before the action starts. Okay, let's see what you got, big man. Oh, love it. Job done. I wasn't sure if 6 would be enough, but clearly is. So the placing of the bear traps was simply not necessary. For anyone that does it this way, no, I'm not going to do this, but do take the time to search right around this crash site because there's a lot of items that you can pick up. I am obviously just showing the main action parts to let everybody see exactly how it's done. And there we go. That is this mission just about taken care of. How easy was that? So at this point it is quite literally just about the end of the video. I'm just basically from here looking to head back over to the Iron Butte entrance, and then that will basically go to a cutscene which I'm not even going to show this time. I've already shown it once before. So that's it, folks. That's 2 very good ways of taking out this mission. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you all enjoyed it. Take care.